Hey guys, welcome to today's video and thank you so much for stopping by. So today's video is a full in-depth video of some brand new Makeup Revolution products, and I have here this brand new Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation, their reloaded blush, and the Sculpt and Glow highlighter and contour palette, and this one is from Revolution Pro. Revolution Pro is a range of Makeup Revolution, I believe. So I have 3 of them, and this video is going to be a full in-depth review video. So first I'm going to talk about the packaging, then their formula and consistency and stuff. Then I'm going to show you a demo where I was applying this foundation or all these products. I did a check-in after like 9 hours, and then I will give you my final thought. So yeah, before starting, if you are new here, then hi, I am Neeta. I upload makeup, skincare and beauty related videos almost every alternative day. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Further, go to your YouTube app, press that red subscribe button. Also press the bell icon next to it so that you get notification whenever I upload a new video, and it is absolutely free. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So first, let's just talk about the packaging of this foundation. It retails around $12 or $13. I do not remember the price of all these products, but I will mention all of them in the description bar down below, so please do check that out. And I'm in the shade 9.5. So the packaging is very similar to their original matte foundation, and this rose gold cap, and it is like a heavy glass bottle. But wait for the surprise. It comes with a pump. Yes, their regular foundation, it comes with a big doe foot applicator, which I am not a big fan of. But when they added this pump to this foundation, I was like, thumbs up, Makeup Revolution, you did a great job. So from my side, double thumbs up just because of the packaging. The packaging is so high-end, so luxurious, and absolutely travel friendly. Now let's just talk about the packaging of the blush. It comes in a plastic packaging like this. It is kinda cheap and plasticky, and it is a little bit bulky, you can see. So I'm not that impressed with the packaging at all. By the way, this is in the shade Rose Kiss. And now this Sculpt and Glow palette. First of all, the packaging is very sleek and very high-end. The lid, it's not that impressive. It's kind of plastic and cheap, but this part is very luxurious and high-end. You can see those shiny gold packaging. It's absolutely stunning, and to be very honest, I got this palette just because of the highlighter. The highlighter, it just called my name, and I knew that I had to get it, so I have it here. And this is in the shade, which shade are you? Which shade it is? Oh, here it is. So it is in the shade Savanna Nights, right here. Now let's talk about the formula. When you open it up, the foundation, it's like not too thick, not too thin. You can see it is something in between, and the texture is very creamy and very lightweight. When you blend it up, it is very creamy. It's not at all like drying or something like that, though the shade is a bit like too yellow for my skin tone. But I feel like when I apply concealer, bronzer, highlighter, blush, everything just looks perfect. So I'm quite okay with the shade, and it comes with 16 shades, I believe, which is not that impressive. At least for Makeup Revolution, they should come up with some more shades that will be just perfect. Now let's just talk about the formula and texture of this blush over here. First of all, look at the pattern. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. And the shade, it is a pink blush, but it has some kind of a mauvish undertone to it. I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not, and I'm sure it's looking very pink on camera, but it has some kind of mauvish undertone to it, which I absolutely love. And it is a straight matte blush. It is not at all shimmery or glittery. It is a straight matte blush. So when you touch it, the consistency or the texture, it is so creamy. It is not at all powdery. I mean, you can see there is no like powderiness whatsoever. It is very creamy and very pigmented, as you guys can see. The texture is very good of this blush, so we can see how pigmented that is. So you have to be really careful while using this particular blush. Now let's just talk about the texture and shade of this particular highlighter palette. First, let's just talk about the bronzer. It is like way too dark for me. I know it is like way too dark, you can see, and it has a very nice grayish or cool undertone to it. It's not at all warm. So if you are darker than me, then this is going to be a perfect contour shade for you, but for me it is like way too dark, and I had to like tone it down a bit if I want to use it, but I can make it work, I would say. Like, see how dark it is. So I need a very little amount of this product and I just apply it and I'm good to go. And let's just talk about the texture and consistency. So the contour is very creamy and it reminds me a lot of my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Yes, it has some kind of texture, you can see, and the formula and consistency, it's very creamy. It's like some kind of cream to powder formula, which is absolutely good and it looks stunning on the skin. Now let's just talk about the formula of the highlighter. It also has some kind of pattern, you can see, and it is like a perfect champagne gold color, and it is perfect for all skin tone. And look how pigmented that is. Isn't it so blinding and gorgeous? Just see. Can you see? It's very pigmented and very blinding. If you are into soft and subtle kind of highlighter, then probably it is not for you. The highlighter is stunning in this palette. I wish they come up with only the highlighter and only the bronzer. In case you don't want to buy the bronzer, you can definitely go ahead and purchase this highlighter. I wish they come up with a separate highlighter and a separate bronzer, and the highlighter formula is very unique. I have so many Makeup Revolution highlighters. They are baked highlighters, they are pro highlighter, they are reloaded highlighter, but this formula is very different from their other highlighters. It is very creamy, it is not at all glittery or shimmery, and it is like, you can see, it is stunning, isn't it? So now let's just check the application and check-ins and stuff. I'm taking my Revlon Photo Ready Primer and I'm just priming my face and neck. I always love to test out my foundation with my favorite primers, and this one is my current obsession. And I'm taking one full pump of the foundation, you can see, and I'm going to apply it with my Real Techniques beauty sponge on one side, and on the other side I'm going to apply it with a brush. And you can see the foundation is blending like a dream. Like, look at this, just tap and it's done. And I am not actually fast forwarding this step, it is actual application, and you can see, and it's looking very beautiful. The coverage is, I would say, medium to full coverage, but the finish is very natural yet glowy. You can totally see the difference, though the color is a bit off, but I can make it work. And I still have some foundation left, and you can see the difference between two sides. I am really happy the way it's applying. And on other side, I'm using my brush and I'm just applying the foundation. It's again blending beautifully. I did not have any issue in terms of blending, but I must say I liked the sponge side more than the brush side, though I got more coverage with the brush, but I liked the finish of the sponge side way better than the brush side. I can see this is the sponge side and this is the brush side, and you can see how it's looking. It's looking pretty flawless, right? And I applied only one layer of the foundation and I got a medium to full coverage. I can totally build it up because I tried this foundation the other day and I built it up and it was building up beautifully. Now I'm applying a concealer just to see how it applies on top of this foundation, and I'm using my Too Faced Radiance concealer, and you can see it's again blending just beautifully. Just tap 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 and it's done. Sometimes two products just cannot work together, but in terms of this foundation, everything just blended like a dream. Like you can see, there is no patchiness, there is no cakiness, there is no product separation, nothing. It's just blended like a dream. Now I'm going to set my makeup using a pressed powder. No matter what foundation I am using, if I do not set my makeup with a powder, I do not think it looks good. I do have kinda normal to dry skin still. I like to set my entire makeup with a powder, and this is how it's looking after applying the powder. And you can see, I can still see the glow, right? It's not like flat matte or like overly dewy. I can still see some glow. Now I'm taking the contour powder or the bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, and I'm just contouring the parameters of my face. I love the undertone of this bronzer, but it's like way too dark for my skin tone, so I had to apply it with a very light hand, otherwise it was looking so like harsh, and I had to blend it out with my beauty sponge. But it applied beautifully. I did not have any kind of patchiness or chalkiness at all. It is like a cream to powder formula, and it just blended like beautifully on top of my foundation. You can see. Now I'm taking the blush with my Flower Beauty blush brush, and you can see it is very pigmented. I'm just tapping off the excess, and I'm just applying it on the apples of my cheeks, and you can see it's applying beautifully, and it just gave me a nice flash of color, which I absolutely loved. And it's not at all powdery or chalky. I kind of liked the finish. And I'm taking the highlighter, and oh my god, see, it's blinding, and it gives you that juicy fresh look, and it is very pigmented, you can see. And again, it applied beautifully. It's not glittery or shimmery, it's not like powdery. It's just a very nice creamy highlight, and I'm just highlighting the high points of my face using this Real Techniques highlighting brush, and it's looking very pretty. Now I'm just setting my makeup with my Morphe makeup setting spray, and this is how my makeup is looking after applying all those products, my bronzer, blush, a little bit of lipstick, and this is how it's looking. I must say, I just loved my makeup, the entire makeup, the blush, the bronzer, the foundation, everything is looking fantastic. Now I'm going to do a check-in after like 9 hours. And this is how my face is looking after 9 hours. Yes, I was wearing this makeup for 9 hours. Can you see? I mean, it's still looking fresh, glowy, as if I just applied the makeup. I mean, you can see the contour is still there. It's very surprising for me. The contour is still there. The blush, the highlighter, everything is still there. And look at the highlight. It was looking very pretty, and I was like blown away by the foundation, by everything. My skin was looking so pretty, so skin like. I mean, I could not believe that it's actually my skin. Though the foundation settled on my smile lines a bit, it happens with all my foundations, but with this foundation it was very minimum. I was so surprised, and it was intact. It was not breaking apart, it was not cakey, it was not powdery at all, and I was not very oily, you can see. Though the foundation kind of wore off from my nose a little bit, but just a little bit. I tried all these products without primer and setting spray, but let me tell you, the result was not that impressive. That's why I'm not adding those clips here, otherwise this video is going to be really long, and we do not want that, right? Instead, I'm going to tell you how it looked without primer and without a setting spray. First of all, the foundation, it settled on my smile lines and on my pores, and after like 5 hours it started to breaking apart, so it was not a cute sight. So if you are using this foundation, I will highly suggest you to use a pore filling or a blurring primer. This way it is going to look perfect. Now let's just sum up the pros and the cons of all these products for you. I love the formula of this foundation and I can see myself reaching for it a lot, and this is not a first impression. I have been trying out all these products for more than 1 week now, and I am absolutely ready to give you a full in-depth review. The consistency is very creamy and it blends like magic. Just tap and you are done. And it is like a glowy foundation but in a natural way, so it gives you a naturally dewy look and it looks absolutely like your second skin. It is not at all heavy, not at all cakey. The packaging is really cool. It comes with a pump, so that is pro number 1. Pro number 2, it lasts for a really long time. If you set it with a powder, if you use a nice primer and setting spray, it is going to last forever. Number 3, it looks so skin-like. It is like a dewy but natural finish foundation. It is not overly dewy and it does not become heavy or cakey whatsoever. Pro number 5 or 4, I don't know. Almost every foundation settles on my smile lines, but I don't know, with this foundation it was very minimum. After like 9 hours it was very minimum. I don't know what the deal is, but it happened and I am impressed. It's very affordable. It is only for like 12 or 13 bucks, which is I think really affordable, and it is available on Ulta, on their website, and so the availability is really good. The coverage is really good. If you like very natural kind of a finish, then you can totally wear just one layer and it will be good to go. But if you want that full coverage yet natural finish, then you can totally build it up and it will look perfect. The staying power is really great. It lasts about, you saw, after 9 hours it was looking as if I just applied the foundation. And the day when I was testing out this foundation, I was checking myself on the mirror like over and over again, and I was like, is it really my own skin? My skin was looking so flawless, airbrushed and perfect, and I know I am going to be obsessed with this foundation. So I highly recommend you to get this foundation as soon as you can. And I tried their matte foundation. I recently did a full face of first impression video and you saw me applying that foundation, and I did not like that foundation. First of all, it was not blending properly. Secondly, it was too heavy and it was kind of cakey on me. I did not like the finish of the matte foundation. If you have really oily skin, then probably you are not going to like this foundation. But if you have like normal to dry skin, then this is going to be your best friend. And if you have oily skin, then you have to set it with a lot of powder. So yeah, that's it for the foundation part. Now let's just begin with the contour palette and the blush. As I told you, I got this contour palette just because of the highlighter, and I am very happy with the purchase. The formula is so creamy, so stunning. Both the bronzer side and the highlighter side, they are amazing. I am very happy with this purchase. Though the bronzer side is a little bit darker than my skin tone, but I can make it work. And the highlighter, oh my god, I'm going to be obsessed again. The highlighter is stunning. It just gives you that wet, juicy look. It does not look glittery, it does not look powdery, it does not look shimmery at all. It just gives you that like wet cheeks, wet sweaty kind of a look. And you can totally compare this particular highlighter to any other high-end highlighter that you have. I have like Rodeo Dry from Ofra Cosmetics, I have Becca Champagne Pop, I have MAC highlighters, and I can totally compare this highlighter to all those high-end highlighters. This highlighter is so stunning. I wish they come up with like separate highlighter and some more shades of this particular bronzer, then it will be a super duper hit. The formula of the highlighter as well as of the bronzer, the formula is way different than any other Makeup Revolution bronzers or any other Makeup Revolution highlighters. The formula is really unique. So I highly recommend you to get this palette. Probably you will not use the bronzer if you are lighter than my skin tone, but this highlighter is everything. You have to get this palette just because of the highlighter. The highlighter is stunning. Also, it's very long lasting. You saw that clip, after like 8 hours the highlighter was still popping, the contour was still there, so it is very long lasting. Now let's just talk about the blush. First of all, the formula is really good. It is not chalky, it is not powdery, it is decently pigmented. You have to use a very light hand to apply it, and if you do not like pink blushes, then they have a lot of shades in this range. The formula is really soft and creamy. It applied beautifully. It was not looking patchy at all, and it is quite long lasting. So blush is the first thing that leaves your cheeks, right? But it lasted on me for a really long time, which is absolutely impressive. So the packaging is the only con that I have found so far. Other than that, the formula, the application, the shade, the staying power, everything is really good about this particular blush. So you can give it a shot if you want. This is a great product. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description bar down below, so please do check that out. So yeah, see you soon in my next one. Till then, bye and take care. Mwah.